I am an Ayurvedic psychotherapist, a passionate infopreneur, edupreneur, and medical writer. I am on a pursuit of my mission to address, promote, and propagate Ayurveda and psychotherapy globally. In this discourse, every week I conduct discussions on Ayurveda, psychotherapy, mental health, and related aspects. So, today, as you can see, our topic is mind mapping. So, as you can see, this is actually a self explanatory example of a mind map. So, what are mind maps? Mind maps came into existence when because of Tony Buzan. He has written a book. The founder of mind maps is actually Tony Buzan. He has written a book called Mind Mapping Mastery. So if you want to know more about it, you can go through the book, read the book, check it out. And so before beginning into the subject, so being how it helped me personally, so being an Ayurvedic psychotherapist, my schedules are usually chaotic. So this helped me in planning, scheduling my schedules ahead of time, and it saved me a lot of time and enhanced my productivity. So here to define what is mind maps is like mind maps can be an incredible thinking tool. See, mind maps can be incredible thinking tools that can allow you to unlock your true potential. So how? See, a scientist Michael in his best-selling book, Cracking Creativity, says that mind mapping activates your whole brain. We'll come into the discussion later that how it does that. How does mind mapping do that? So it activates your whole brain. The activity is for the entire brain. How left and right hemispheres both are involved in mind mapping, I will explain you in the coming in the session. So what does it do? It clears your mind of mental clutter and allows you to focus on the subject. So if the whatever the subject is, the main point, as you can see here, whatever the subject is, you build the mind map around the subject. So this will help you, to concentrate only on the subject, disallowing all the distractions. So helps demonstrate connections between isolated pieces of information and gives a clear picture of both the details. This big picture allows you to group and regroup concepts, encouraging comparisons between them. You can also compare them. It requires you to concentrate on your subject, which helps get the information about it transferred from your short term memory to your long term memory. See, visualization, a great benefit of visualization is it helps to convert your short term memory into long term memory. If you visualize things, you can remember it farther and recollect it much better. So it helps in enhanced memories, and it is great for students. It is great for everybody, but it is great for students as well. So how to get started with mind maps? Like, what do you want to get started with the mind maps? You just require a large sheet of white paper, a selection of colored pens and pencils, a brain with an open mind, of course, imagination of what do you want to create about, a subject you would like to wish to explore, whatever you want to explore. So, a good mind map has three essential characteristics. So, what is that? A central image that captures the main subject under consideration. If you could see, the central image here is mind mapping. Thick branches radiating out from the central image. You can see here thick branches which are radiating out from the central image. A single key image or word on each branch. It is important not to, just to use only single words. Otherwise it will create a confusion, it will create a clutter. If you add a sentence or sentences, it will create a clutter and it will be difficult to remember. So, to summarize, human language can be externalized, and when it is externalized in its purest form, it forms a mind map. When the human brain's thoughts can be externalized, then it can create a mind map like this. So, before coming to this, why mind maps like came into existence, so let's know about it a little bit. Why mind maps came into existence? So before, how, what do you think, like how many thoughts can a human think? The only limiting factor biologically to the number of thoughts, memories, behavior patterns, and habits that are available to you must lie in the physical limitation of the pattern making potential of your amazing brain. So, with a million brain cells, many with hundreds of thousands of branches, each branch with hundreds of thousands of connection points, each with trillions of messengers, and each connection point capable of forming billions upon billions of different patterns, the numbers must be gigantic. So, we cannot even tell that how much is the number. The number may be gigantic. So, in fact, the number has been calculated. Who has what? In fact, the number has calculated by then top brain scientist, a scientist in Russia, has calculated, whose name is Professor Anokin, is followed by 10.5 million kilometers of standard type written zero. If you write zeros for which is followed by 10.5 million kilometers of written 0 0 0 0 0, then it can give a comparison of what human brain can think, the thinking pattern. So, this would cover, what would it cover? This would cover a piece of paper along enough to go to the moon and back 14 times. Professor Anokin declared that fundamental potential of the human brain was infinite. So, the calculation confirms your brain has the possibility of making a virtually infinite number of mind maps. The way the left and right sides of your cerebral cortex shuttle messages backward and forward. So here, you know there are two. So left side of the brain, so the cerebral hemisphere is divided into two. I think most of you might know the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. So the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, but the functions of the left and right are different. So I will just, I wanted to show you a picture. I don't know how much it would be visible here. So as you can see, there are two sides of brain, left and right both. So the left and right brain hemispheres, the right side of the body control what does the right left brain controls the right side of the body. Then what it does, the left brain is responsible for all your calculations, the mathematics, the number skills, the written language, spoken language, objectivity, analytics, and logic. All your logic, analytics, calculations, science, reasoning is all done by the left brain. So what does the right brain do? The right brain is responsible for the left side control of the brain. So right brain controls the left side. And what does it do? The music, art, the intuition, the creativity, the imagination, all the creativity, the imagination, the subjectivity, the synthesizing, the emotion, everything is done by the right side of the brain. So the analytics logical part, as we said, is the left side, and the thinking, innovation, creativity, and all is done by the right side of the brain. So, what is the significance of this? Why am I telling you this in the mind maps? So, the way the left and the right sides of the your cerebral cortex shuttles messages forward, backward, and forward between the two hemispheres of the brain creates a synergetic formula for thinking and growth. If you rely too heavily on tasks that challenge only one side of your brain, you will discourage the dialogue between the two hemispheres and drastically reduce the overall performance of your brain. So, in short, you will restrict your brain's synergetic way of thinking. So, what it means is you have to always make use of both sides of your brain, because if you do only the mathematics, the logics and the reasoning, the right side of the brain is not activated. So you have to do the intuition, the innovation, the creativity, the arts, everything also. So both sides of the brain should function in coordination. The more you repeat a pattern of thinking or behavior, the easier it is for your brain to think in that way again. If you always favor left or right brain associated tasks, you will reinforce that dominance. This means that you will become stuck in a particular pattern of thinking, and you will find it much more difficult to tap in your full potential. So, okay, what are the uses of mind maps then? This is a basic idea. Mind maps can be used for multiple things: to brainstorm an idea, to plan an event, to keep a meeting on track, to set up a project, to map out a decision, to you organize information, to present ideas, to access a situation, to take notes, and to create strategy. For all these, mind maps can be used. So why is mind map such a powerful brain friendly tool? Mind maps engage both sides of the brain, as I told you, because they use image, color, and imagination realms of the right brain in combination with words, number, and logic. So it uses both your creativity and logic. So both the brains, the left and the right brain, both are activated when you're mind mapping. Mind maps engage both sides of your brain because they use image, color, and imagination realms of the right brain, and in combination with the words, numbers, and logic, the realms of the left brain. So how what are the benefits of using mind maps in daily life? Like activity plan out. One can make mind maps to make several activities to go smoothly. For example, what I do is a week of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I draw a map and then plan out my schedule accordingly from the to in the maps, and you can just have a look at it and go ahead. You can make a plan in that and see. The main difference is when you take linear notes, no, it becomes huge and you have to just keep rolling the papers. So if you take a mind map like this, if you consider it, if you draw a mind map, the work becomes complex ideas are can be immersed into simpler ideas. So and maintain good health. For maintaining good health as well, you can sort out the diet plan. For the diet plan, or the to plan your routine, or a workout plan, whatever it is, your exercise plan or a diet plan, you can do. Take better notes. For students it is very much important because visual representation helps in a better note taking. So it helps memorization and retention. See, main thing is memorizing and retention. Many of the students ask me, the problem is this: we read but we can't memorize and retain whatever we have read. So in this case, mind mapping is a virtual technique to memorize information. Diagrams are more easily stored in a memory. So more engaging form of learning. How is it engaging form of learning? Meaningful discussions are critical factor in promoting deeper learning. And students can create mind maps of their own that can be used to assess learning. So students can also create their own mind maps, and teachers can also present the topic or idea with the mind maps. It is mutual, so makes complex issues easier to understand. So it helps everyone from an improved understanding of complex issues, the improved understanding of complex issues. Mind maps helps in filtering out information and reach clarity faster. Exactly. And mind map helps in managing projects, giving efficient results. Mind map can help identify root causes of the business problems. So we have techniques in quality: root cause analysis techniques, fishbone analysis, failure mode event analysis. I'm a quality personnel. I've worked in the quality assurance sector as well, so I know these. So these mind maps, there also we use maps, but not exactly of this kind, can also help to identify and detect the root cause and failure modes of business problems, so and improves productivity. If you plan ahead, no, the productivity also improves because you can manage time accordingly. Mind map softwares executives, mind map softwares also can be made for businesses. This is a great deal actually. For daily life, what are the applications of mind map here? Once again, mind maps are excellent pathfinders. So if you sit, and it helps in brainstorming and getting new ideas, innovations and thoughts. So the magic of thinking big, rather than closing down it with linear notes, let a mind map open up to the world. So, mind map is a useful pictorial thinking tool which is simple and effective. They show the relationship and hierarchy between ideas through visuals. By coordinating the balanced development between science, art, logic, and imagination, mind maps help to explore human brain's limitless potential. It can be applied in the fields of memorizing, learning, thinking, and so on. So there are n number of infinite applications of mind map. Organize knowledge with mind maps. The visual nature of mind maps helps users to grasp knowledge points quickly, understand relationship through lines, and view the concept as whole. So promote comprehension through mind map. So how? Comprehension is understanding. Visual ideas with less text and more pictures make them more intuitive and understandable. Mind map simplifies note taking. Taking note in mind map is inspiring, elegant, and expressive. It is surely a concise and clear way of saving both time and effort. Enhance writing by mind map. You can also enhance writing by mind map. Combined with brainstorm, mind map can develop one's thoughts to help him or her find more inspiration and writing materials. So right, improve public speaking skills. So what, see, public speaking as well, what are you going to introduce? Introduction, topic, the subject, and the ending. Whatever, you can just make pointers, a few pointers, and it can also help you in public speaking. A mind map can help to structure the contents of speech in order to help speakers remember the main ideas and details better. Mind mapping promotes innovation and creativity. So, the systematic and logical thinking, we generate more creative ideas and will promote innovation. Mind maps help in solving problems. How? By visualizing and analyzing concepts in detail, mind maps can assist people to think more deeply. In depth and comprehensive understanding of the issue will accelerate solving it sooner rather than later. Self analysis and innovation through mind map. So it is a great tool for self analysis and innovation, learning both merits and demerits of oneself. You can also do it for your, strengths, weaknesses, threats and opportunities. You can do the SWOT analysis as well with your mind maps. Makes plan next and make further plans to achieve self improvement. Mind map pitches planning in advance. Mind map offers an organized, clear and systematic way to make plans, analyze, visualize the subject and figure out on priority basis easily. Set goals with mind map. Set short term or long term goals clearly and aesthetically. Break down the goals into smaller, achievable objectives. Take preventive and corrective measures. See, CAPA can also be done through if there are any quality assurance individuals, no, or the professionals will understand this. We do take preventive and corrective actions for every project we do. I am from the healthcare sector or the hospital background, so we were doing it for that. So, to take preventive and corrective measures to accomplish it in a more feasible manner. So mind maps promotes foster learning. Teachers can present this. I've already told. Teachers can present knowledge by mind map in a well organized way so that students will understand better. Visualization can also engage in comprehending better, triggering curiosity and enhance memory. So mind maps. So where all to use mind maps in professional setting like project planning, strategy building, meeting outlining, content planning and writing, goal setting, summarizing, brainstorming, and to give the task to distribute the task to team members, communication, collaborations, etc. So benefits I have already mentioned. I'll repeat it once again. Simplifying data. Visuals are better to perceive than texts. Clean up thoughts. Save time to absorb information. Visualize areas of responsibility. Make it easier to remember facts. So, an additional topic. This is a bonus. This method has helped me, to increase my productivity and performance consistently. So, this is an amazing formula. TEFCAS, that is TEFCAS. TEFCAS is an acronym made of the first letters of the six major words that define the fundamental steps of your brain has to take while learning anything. It is establishing successful new mind map thought patterns, that is learning. For learning something, first, T. TEFCAS में T is trial. Second, E is event. F is feedback. You can just make a note of it. C is check. A is adjust. And S is success. So, for everything, the first step is trial. So, what is TEFCAS actually is? TEFCAS is more physics than psychology. It traces step by step what steps your brain is obliged to take while learning in the physical universe, the laws of which it must both follow and use to its advantage. TEFCAS can be considered your brain's application and adaptation of the scientific method. It is a scientifically analyzed method. So the scientific method for thinking is the method for improving your internal mind map thought structures. It is the basis of all the great discoveries in the science and is very similar to normal child's play. So how? Let's explore. So T is, as I said, T for trial. No matter what you're learning, nothing will happen if you first don't try. Your learning progress is marked by your number of trials. Try, try, try until you succeed. I think we all must have heard this. When you're feeling to juggle, you must first throw the ball. When you are learning to dance, you must first take the first step. When you're learning to write, you must make the first mark. E is event. So T is trial, then event. E is event. If you try, when you make a trial, there will always be an event. This will inevitably give you a feedback. So I'll explain you with an example. So, event, if you try something, there will be an event. And eventually, with that event, will inevitably give you a feedback. So, TEF, trial, event, feedback. Whether you wish it or not, the universe supplies you with a cascade of information about your trial and event that feeds your senses. This is one reason why it is so important to have a healthy mind and a healthy body, so that your senses can provide you with more and more pure information. Your brain will absorb this feedback on both the conscious and paraconscious levels. With all this feedback pouring in, your brain will check. So first you try, then there is an event, then there is a feedback, then after getting a feedback you will check. This will happen both automatically and consciously, and will be done in relation to your goals. So what are the things, so if I have to give an example, I am doing this live, I am giving it a try to give my best. So this is an event, this is what is happening is an event. So with this event, I will get some feedback whether the session of was good, whether it was very good, or whether there are improvements to be made, what can be improved, what is more needed. Then I'll have a check how to improve my communicating skills, presenting skills, and I will have a check. According to it, the next step is I will adjust. You will compare your performance against your goal and make what you consider to be appropriate realignments for the next trial. When well, considering the element of adjustment, you should always consider the underlying goal. So, what is my goal? What am I delivering? What are the improvements that can be made? I'll adjust accordingly. After that, the final step is obviously success. Success is the last S. So, trial, event, feedback, check, adjust, and success. This is TEFCAS. So no matter what you do, your brain's aim is to succeed in doing it. From tasks as simple as making yourself a cup of tea to the more far complex and larger life goals, success is the main beacon. At first glance, it would appear that Tefka's formula has no possible room for error. So it is not so. And what Tony Buzan have to say about it? The Tefkas, um, it is therefore essential that your goals, that is Tefkas, to be towards the positive success and a constructive approach. And by the way, these can be done for a destructive purpose as well, but to keep it positive and for the constructive purpose, this is a reflection of something called meta positive thinking. Meta positive thinking is also given by Tony Buzan. So, mind maps. So, people who ask me, can mind maps be used in Ayurveda? Also, yes, mind maps can be used in Ayurveda, because in any medical, any medical information in Ayurveda, the divisions, the subdivisions, the classifications, everything in every field, and even in for the engineering students or the students below 11th and 12th, for everything mind maps can be used. For students, actually it is a boon, because it helps majorly in retaining and recollecting information. So mind maps can be useful in memorizing Ayurvedic or any medical classifications. Divisions, subdivisions, and branches can be drawn to remember and retain information more effectively. Thus, mind maps make complex concept easier to understand. Mind maps also play an important role in emotional metamorphosis. This, I think, we can discuss in some other on some other day. And if you want to know how to draw mind maps and how to make it better, and how to improve, because this is an art, it is developed over a period of time, it can't be done achieved in a single day. So if you want me to come up with how to create mind maps, and if you want to know more information, you can just put it in the comment section. I will come with that in the coming sessions. So if you want to know about any mental health topics, or if you have anything that you want to know, please put it in the comment section. I will try to come up within the next live session. So thanks if you have watched till the end. Stay tuned for more, and namaste. Thank you.